Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Behind the screen. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5.
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal achieved. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to our YouTube page. And if you're watching from your YouTube page, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page, for real, come on, guys. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. Want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I mean, nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Listen, we have a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on a screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. So I want to welcome everyone to a big happy house music Bears Victory Monday edition. Man. Let me check the chat because the chat is jumping already. That's what I'm talking about. Levette Lee checking in early. It's Happy House Music Monday, y'all. Yes. Oh, she wrote it twice. Twice is nice. Oh, man, Black Diamond in the house. Top of the morning, gang. FGB. Shawn, do you realize that Ben has won more games in his rookie season than Eberpuke did in his 2.5 years here? Yes, I did. My man, Armando Emeterio Lara Jr., Victory Chain Monday. You know I'm wearing. I got my Bears Victory Monday t-shirt. I got my Bears Victory Chain on. You know what time it is. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. He says, Shawn, this is after he says, I did not think the Bears had a chance yesterday with all the injuries. I hear you. Cornelia Squalls in the house. What up, Shawn Sierra and Sports Zoners. That's another Victory Monday. Let's go. I like it, baby. Mr. Southside himself. Sean Walls, baby. He says, what's up on a Bears Victory Monday? Bear down, FGB. What? FGB. What? FGB. What? My man, Mr. Shorty's in the house. 8-3. Feels great. I'm in a meeting, so I'm muted. Worries, man. I appreciate you having me on in the background, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. My man, Foul Mouth Chris in the house. Morning, gentlemen. I'd much rather be here with you guys and listening to Jerko Terrible ass on ESPN 1000. Thanks, boss. I appreciate it. What up? Bruja 7 checking in. What's up, Popeye? Says happy Bears Victory Monday. You're damn right, baby. Bears Victory Monday. King Booker World checking in. Salute everyone. And Shawn, salute, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, my man. Rick Gonzalez in the house. Good morning, fool. Out here with the leaf blower and a blunt. That's why we love you, Rick. Keeping it a buck. With a leaf blower and a blunt. FGB, smoke weed every day. Brian, be nice. Back in the spot, baby. What's up, Brian? Says, hello, everyone. This Bears team is causing two but heart pills. So just joking about the heart pills. Good to see you back, Brian. It's been a minute. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Man, Leo Factor checking in. What's up, Leo? L-E-O, what? L-E-O, what? He's like, bear down. Morning, everyone. Bears Victory Monday. You know it, baby. You know it. Listen, we got a great show, man. At 10 o'clock, Kole Noble from A to Z Sports are going to join me. We're going to recap this incredible win yesterday. So here's one of the things I got to say. What do you got to say now? What do you haters have to say now? When everyone said, oh, Shawn, 10-7, oh, man, you're crazy, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, listen, bro, I know football. And I'm telling you what. I will tell you exactly why they're going to go 10-7. People didn't want to listen. You know why? Coaching matters. Somebody famous, somebody really smart said that one time. Coaching matters. And I could tell by the way Ben Johnson was going about his business. I could tell by the way Ben Johnson was maneuvering around Hallis Hall. All right. The one thing that he did that I loved is that he got everybody involved. Do you remember that? Do you remember that video where they introduced him and everybody's out of the office? He's in the lobby and everyone's clapping and everything. And what he says there. Okay, what he says there is so poignant. Okay, so poignant. He says it's going to take all of us. He says, and I want everyone in this building to understand that our number one job is to take care of these players. All our efforts are guided toward, I'm paraphrasing, of course. All our efforts are guided toward these players. All right? Whether you're a secretary, whether you make the lunches, whether you sweep the buildings, you clean the buildings, whatever it is, our job is to make their lives easier. And so what he did was, let me tell you what he did. He included everybody in their success. Okay? That's what Ben Johnson did. I'm including everybody in this success. Okay? So when you go to work at Hallis Hall, you got a little freaking pep in your step. Why? Because you know you contributed to the Bears' victory. In as small a possible way as it was, you contributed. And that's what Ben Johnson did. Okay? What he just did, what great coaches do is they give everyone a role. Remember I talk about that, role players? Well, guess what? He gave everyone in that building a role. All right, your job. If you're making a breakfast, you make the best damn breakfast that these men can have. If you're cleaning up the place, you clean us up to the spotless to make it the cleanest freaking facility in the NFL. If you're answering phones, you have the best customer service on here on those phone calls in the league. Okay, to make everything about these players. He gave them a role. That's exactly what he did. And everyone's buying in. Everyone is buying in. And people are talking shit like they will. They always do. Okay, and people have asked, well, you didn't beat anybody. All right, you didn't do this. the combined record of such and such and such and such was such and such and such and such. Like, listen, bro. All right, Stephen took it down. You know, I'll do that one last one. So, the beginning of the season, I showed this to you last time, but I'm going to show it to you again. We're going to talk about it again because it annoyed me. Okay? It annoyed me. People had said this, if you recall. I know it's slick, slim. The Chicago Bears have one of the toughest schedules to start the 2025 season, with sources ranking it as the second most difficult in the NFL. The second most difficult schedule to start the 2025 season. And what do? Go 7-3, won 70% of their games. Now they're 8-3. So that's what, 11, 9, 8, 10, 9. So now they're at 72% win percent. So they won 72% of their games of the second toughest schedule in the NFL to start. Oh, but then you want to backpedal and say, well, this person's hurt, that person's hurt, that didn't play, Aaron Rodgers didn't play. Well, you know who else didn't play? Our number one cornerback, Jalen Johnson. You know who else didn't play? Our number two cornerback, Tyreek Stevenson, got hurt. You know who else didn't play? Our number three cornerback, Kyler Gordon. You know who else didn't play? Our number one linebacker in TJ Edmonds. You know who else didn't play? Our number two linebacker in Tremaine Edmonds. You know who else didn't play? Our number three linebacker in Noah Sewell. So don't give me this nonsense about, well, Aaron Rodgers didn't play and you didn't play anybody. Because half of our starting defense was out. Over half. And we're talking depth players, guys who make contributions. So don't give me, oh, he didn't play. Guess who we didn't have available? And then people said, oh, well, now these teams suck. Okay, good. So now what happened? We faced the team in the top, in the number one spot in the AFC North. And what did we do? We beat them. Oh, well, now you got to go to Philly. Now it's a real test. Well, yesterday was a fucking real test. Yesterday was a real test. Oh, well, Aaron Rodgers didn't play. Well, I just gave you our top 6 defenders were out too. Oh, well, wait till Friday. Wait till Friday. The record is coming, so the KDL says. My guy in the smoke fills. Wait till Friday. What happens Friday when we whoop the shit out? We whoop that ass. What happens on Friday? Now who do we have to wait for? Now who do you have to wait for to believe that this team is legit? That this team is one to reckon with? Now who do we have to beat? But keep that energy. It's okay. It's okay. As a matter of fact, I prefer, and so would the Bears. They would prefer you keep that energy. Keep doubting them. Keep talking shit. Keep writing articles. Keep speaking on sports talk radio. Keep talking all that negative bullshit. They use it as fuel. They're using it as fuel. Keep it up. Keep it up. You're motivating them, and we got a lot of woo. Chris says, my wife is happy as hell the Bears been winning. She says, I'm so much nicer when they win. That's awesome. Hey, sometimes it be like that, Mama. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shorty says, if we win Friday, I don't know what to do with myself other than start thinking Super Bowl. Oh, man, Junior, Monday is just so much better to wake up after a Bears victory. Agreed? Agreed? Cornelius, he says, happy victory Monday, Tecolote and FGB. Well, you know that's Junior. That's Armando Lara Jr. Cornelius, that's his. That was the college he played for in Mexico. That's Junior, in case you didn't know. Let's see who else. What else we got here? Good. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. Tell him, King Booker World says, so who's first with the Bears beat the Steelers without Rodgers? Bullshit. But leave out the fact that 30% of our defense was out. Come on, man. King Black Diamond says, hey, Shawn, thoughts on your pillow? I thought he did play very well for him not being able to play left tackle. Yes, he did. I was impressed with his play. I was impressed with Ozzy Trapillo. I was impressed. King Booker World, this is hilarious. Today is opposite day, King Booker World writes. No bullshit. I told a black dude named Seamus and a white dude named Jamarcus. Huh? King Booker World, that's awesome. Oh, man. That's awesome. Good. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on, baby. That, my peoples, I can promise you. That I can promise you. Listen, a black dude named Seamus and a white dude named Jamarcus. Listen, I'm excited. I can't wait to talk to and break this down. At 10 o'clock, my man Kole Noble from A to Z Sports is going to join us, and we're going to break it down. We're going to break down his victory. We're going to go through it piece by piece. Start with the secondary. First of all, I don't know what the hell got into Montez Sweat yesterday. Should have had 3 sacks. Okay? But I need the same shit to get into him every God-blessed week. Every God-blessed week, we need that same type of effort from Montez Sweat. That was a sweat effect yesterday, boy. That was a sweat effect yesterday, boy. He should have had 3 sacks yesterday. I know he's mad. I was mad at him. Like, come on, man. Stop grabbing. Wrap up. He's grabbing. And one of the things that I'm seeing that I don't like. Okay? One of the things that I'm seeing that I don't like is this. When you're wrapping up, okay, you kind of wrap and kind of throw. Well, guess what? If they're able to use your momentum, or they're strong, they have a strong lower body, they can still kind of fling you. Or if you throw them, if you swing them, they can land. It may have good balance. It can land. Excuse me. We've seen Justin Fields do it. We've seen Caleb do it. My question is, why not run through the freaking quarterback? Why not run through them? Okay? Why not run through them? I'm a little bothered by that. But give me run through him. Because now you're getting a shot at his ribs, his chest. And those things hurt. It wasn't cold. It wasn't cold yesterday at Soldier Field. It was like mid-50s. Perfect. Anyone in here play football beside me and Junior? Perfect football weather. Mid-50s? Come on, man. Mid-50s? With the sun out on top of it? Not an overcast, dreary, rainy 50s. Mid-50s, sunny. That was the day for some football, baby. That was the day for some football. And a big-time win by the Bears. First place Bears taking on the first place Pittsburgh Steelers. A battle of two powerhouses, and guess what? The Bears came out on top. Wasn't pretty. No one gives a shit. Who got the dub? The Bears. Let's keep it moving. Talk all that shit you want, and that's okay. You're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. But when you do, make sure all the shit you talk, make sure you say the first place Chicago Bears. Please make sure you say that. Please don't disrespect them like that. You don't have to like them. You can talk all this shit and question who they've won. All you like. You can do that. It's a free country. But if you're going to do that, you better make sure you say the first place Chicago Bears. The number 2 overall seed in the NFC, Chicago Bears. And the thing that's got me really excited is this. The Bears hold the destiny in their own hands. We don't have to worry about somebody else beating the Packers. We can go beat them ourselves. All right? We don't have to worry about someone else beating the Lions. We'll go beat them ourselves. We don't have to worry about anyone beating the Eagles to make sure that we can get the number 1 seed in the NFC. We don't have to do that. We can go beat them ourselves. This is what you want as a competitor. You want everything in your control. Go to Philly, whoop that ass. Now we're the number 1 seed in the NFC. Comes through the Windy City. The road to the Super Bowl goes through the Windy City. Comes through our lakefront. I bet you didn't have that shit on your bingo card, did you? Because I sure as hell didn't. I sure as hell didn't. When you're a competitor, you want to bet on yourself. And this is just life in general. Bet on yourself. And the Bears have everything that they want. You're right. I forgot the Rams are, Shawn. The Rams are the number 1 seed. You're right. You're right. But I'll tell you what. The Rams got a nice little schedule too. Let's not get that twisted. So the Bears, you go, and that's the one thing. You all you do is just, who's next? Here's where we need that Bill Goldberg. Who's next? And that's what I love. We are in a position right now. And it sucks because but also those first 2 division games. And I think that's where it goes. If we're tied with LA at the end of the year, I think it goes to NFC, your division record, and the overall NFC record, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here we go. So according to NFL.com, NFL tiebreakers are following procedures be used to break tie within the division. Head-to-head, so two clubs, head-to-head if applicable. Best win-loss percentage played within the conference. So that's where we may fall short because of those two games. Okay, Minnesota and Detroit. Okay. Then the best win-loss percentage in common games, minimum of 4. Strength of victory in all games, strength of schedule in all games. That's 4 and 5 and 6. It's not going to get down to that. It's best win-loss percentage in games played within the conference. So that's where that could come back and bite us in the butt, unfortunately. But there's a lot of good stuff that happened. A lot. All right, and we're going to break it down today. Caleb Williams is still pissing me off with his inaccuracy. Okay, with his cavalier and nonchalant attitude at times. All right, he gave up that touchdown in the end zone. Safety would have been ideal. It would have been ideal. But sometimes he just doesn't have spatial awareness. You got to understand down and distance. Okay, you're backed up. You're taking a snap in your end zone. All right, you got TJ Watt. All right, find out where that son of a gun is. Yeah, I heard from a source too I heard from a source that Jalen and Kyler are expected to play Friday. King Booker World, I hear you, and I hope it does serve as that wake-up call. I hope it does, because I've told you before, there's nothing you can learn from losing that you can't learn from almost losing. Okay? And what if that was the difference of the game? Because it kept them in the game. Okay? Kept them in the game. And these are the remember I told you, these are the things that are going to make this team great. Remember, these are the team that's going to make this team great. The good, the bad, especially the bad. Because now you can go. Now you can't. It's easier. It's a lot more difficult to say, listen, when you're backed up in the end zone, you got to throw the ball away. You're like, I know. I've played quarterback before. But then you get this. You get this happen. Now you understand what I'm telling you when I say throw the God-blessed ball away. You throw the God-blessed ball away. Sometimes, listen, this is alpha males. And alpha male has a negative connotation to it. All right, we resist. Okay, we resist a lot. But let me tell you, how did you learn not to put your hand by the fire? Keep your hand away from the stove. Keep your hand away from the stove. So you burn your hand. Told you keep your hand away from the stove. Did you put your hand by the stove again? Nope. Sometimes you got to learn the hard way. And as boys, men, we like to learn things the hard ways a lot. Well, Caleb just learned the hard way. Do not fuck around and find out when you have top-notch pass rushers. Okay? Top-notch pass rushers, and you're in your own end zone. you need to be leery of if there's a break, if there's a jailbreak, I got to get that ball out of bounds in the first row quickly, over the head of my receiver, everyone. Sometimes you just got to learn shit the hard way. And he did. Rick, I did see that. Rick says, in case nobody heard, TJ Watt broke his brother's sack record. Yes. They must have said that 200 times during the game. Fuck's sake, FGB. How crazy is that? You have two sons who have over 200 sacks. Over 100 sacks, excuse me. Two sons. Papa's got to be really proud. Those are my boys. King Booker said, this year the inaccuracies is going to be what it is. 60% is where it'll probably end up. After a year of more footwork and coaching, it will improve. Yep, well, he's got a lot to work on, and that's okay. That's okay. No one expected him to come in and be the best quarterback to ever live in year one after last year. When I say year one, in year one of Ben Johnson's system. So listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. I got to get the warden off the CrossFit. Okay? And the other side of the break, we are definitely going to hit our top of the morning segment. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here, Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brymere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency
Do you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe. But some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
He's still alive as Giddy ends up with it. Here's Buzelis taking it to the hole.
Oh, nice move. Again, he's so good.
Giddy up ahead. It's Jalen Smith drawing Vucevic. It's a bounce feed. It's Phillips.
That's a lot of it.
Be a fun ceremony at halftime. Here's Trey Jones. High off the glass. And Phillips fills it up again.
And that's the
Bach, Norm Van Leer, and Neil Funk will be honored at halftime. Giddy picks a pocket. Now he's all alone. Giddy skies.
Because Oakley was, the enforcer. The Bulls had the power forward position. He was Michael's basically protector.
Kobe White lets it fly and one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Kobe. Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Chicago Sports Network. Those were the Bulls on a Saturday night, baby, with a nice win at home. It was a Ring of Honor night. They honored Horace Grant, Cartwright. Who was their announcer? Now I got the announcer. Who was with Stacey? Oh, my goodness. And now I can't even think of the gentleman's name. It was, sorry. Sorry. But yeah, it was great. All right. It was great. Neil Funk is the announcer they inducted into the Ring of Fame. I loved it. I loved it. He sat with Adam Amin and Stacey King for a while, and it was dope. He kind of felt uncomfortable because he felt, it's not my spot. It's Adam and Stacey, but they wanted him to stay because of the respect that they have for him and the job that he did before Adam Amin, Neil Funk. It was Stacey and Neil. Give me the hot sauce, Funk. Remember that. So Bulls are doing well. We're in a good spot. Let's get it crack-a-lackin', baby, guys. You know how we do the first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Here you go. The first top of the morning topic. Man, we're not even going to play around. We know exactly where we're going for the first. Bears, baby. The Bears came home, defended the home field. The Bears beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 31-28. Caleb Williams, 19 of 35, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns with a 104.3 passer rating. I thought it was 104.3 jams. 104.3 rating. Common on guy, 12 carries, 48 yards for a 4-yard average, and a rushing touchdown. DJ Moore. Here's a crazy idea. Throw DJ Moore the ball. Crazy. DJ Moore catches 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Coastal Loveland, 4 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. All right? Stop playing around. All right? Stop playing around. I hope this illustrates to you, shows you why you need DJ. Please stop playing and give my man DJ the ball. Next top of the morning topic. We're going to preview. Bears' next game is Friday, Black Friday. Woo-wee. November 28th. That game is at 2 o'clock in the city of brotherly love. Jay Grizz. Hopefully he can make that game. But it's in the woods. They're traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles on Black Friday. Kickoff on Friday is at 2 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Prime Video, or you can catch it locally on Fox 32 or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. It's 1000 a.m. The next top of the morning topic, the Bulls. The Bulls beat the Wizards. Oh, Steve will put the Blazers. Bulls beat the Wizards 121-120 on Saturday. Vucevic, 28 points, 12 rebounds. Kobe White, 20 points. Josh Giddey doing Josh Giddey things. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. He's doing it. Staying with the Bulls, the next top of the morning topic. The Bulls are in the Big Easy tonight in Nolens to face the Pelicans. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sportsnet or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. All right. Yesterday, the Blackhawks, rough one. Blackhawks fall to the Colorado Avalanche 1-0. Woo. Man, that was a barn burner. Spencer Knight stopped 25 of 26 shots for the Blackhawks as they were unable to light the lamp and fall to the Colorado Avalanche 1-0. It's crazy. They don't play again until Wednesday. They host Minnesota. That game, puck drop, is at 7:30 p.m. You can catch that game on ESPN Plus or Hulu. Or you can listen to it on their flagship station, 7:20 a.m. This Bulls team is looking pretty good. I don't know how sustainable this is going to be for this squad. I still just don't like this style of play of NBA basketball. But right now the Bulls are up and down, running up and down the court. The Bulls are doing some good things. And I'll tell you what, it's interesting to see how well they play. And I'm anxious to see how they do tonight. See, the Bulls are at New Orleans tonight. They're at Charlotte on Friday, and they're at Indiana on Saturday. Okay. Listen. I am I'm anxious to see how this plays out over the whole 82 for the Bulls. Very anxious to see. Is it sustainable? Can they really become a force? Can they become a force in the Eastern Conference? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Kobe White coming back is huge. Okay, I'm a big fan of Kobe White. He brings a veteran presence. I mean, he's been in the league, 5 years, 6 years now? It's crazy to think that Kobe White, and he's literally just hitting his prime. Just entering his prime. So, will he be one of the guys that goes next year? I don't know. But I'm not worried about it right now. I'm worried about this team. I'm worried about how well they play together. I'm worried about how well they come off of injury, how they come off of losses, how they play after that. It's a lot more. Brian said, I know the Bulls will beat the Pacers. Everyone else has. Well, you got your superstar is out, so that kind of hurts. This is hilarious. Shorty says, my playoff beard is driving me crazy, but it is bringing the Bears good luck. So you're like a hockey guy now? You're just not going to cut the beard off until My biggest issue that I had yesterday, and again, I have to temper my excitement, temper my anger, and remember, this is year one. This is year one of the Ben Johnson era. And there's something that really bothered me with Caleb, and that's his inaccuracy. Okay? There's far too many balls, too many passes that are uncatchable. Far too many. Okay? And I need that to change. I really do. Okay? These are things that, regardless of scheme, concept, it doesn't matter. An open receiver is an open receiver. Okay, once you lock on, you realize this guy's open, hit him in stride. I may sound like a broken record, okay, because I've talked about it. I remember specifically talking last week, and I'm talking about it again. The accuracy issues with him are maddening. And he's got to do a better job. And one of the things I think you can do is get him under center more. Okay, I love when he drops back from under center because it puts everybody in rhythm. Okay, if you got a 5-yard, 7-yard route, 6-yard route, 8-yard route, it doesn't matter. The quarterback's under center. It's going to take a 5-step drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bounce, maybe bounce twice, and then release. Okay? Bounce, maybe bounce twice, and then you should have your guy. You should have read the defense with a pre and post snap read. Figure out who you're going to, and then unload off the bounce. Or if it's a shorter route, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw. He's got to do a better job of that. Ben Johnson's got to do a better job of that. All right, I'm frustrated by the inaccuracies. Okay. But I also trust that as his footwork and everything gets more comfortable in the system, that situation can be upgraded. Okay. I know he's still forcing the ball to roam. And to me, that's another problem. Okay, stop forcing the ball to roam. I'm not saying don't throw the ball to roam. I said stop forcing it to him. You have other good receivers. You have Luther Burden. You have DJ Moore. You have Colson Loveland. You have Cole Kmet. You have DeAndre Swift. You have more than enough weapons. There's no need to force a throw to a guy who's double covered. Okay? And not just that. A guy who's double covered, but showing he doesn't have the, at this level anyway, the ability to come down with contested passes. He hasn't shown it at this level. Washington, the University of Washington, yes. Yes, the NFL, not yet. I think you should continue to lean on DJ. DJ is your guy. Whether you want him to be or not, DJ is that dude. And DJ is the dude who's going to make DJ is going to put you into a new stratosphere. Okay? DJ is one of the best wide receiver ones in the NFL. Let him do his thing. See, and this is part of it. Part of that youth, part of the stubbornness of Caleb. He forced the ball to roam last year, wanted him to be a number one receiver, completely disregarded DJ, and that's a problem. When you have a number one receiver, you go to your number one receiver. when he's being paid like a number one receiver, you go to your number one receiver. Him trying to make Rome a number one receiver isn't going to make Rome a number one receiver. There's an attitude that you need to have. There is a moxie. There's a mindset that you have to have. And right now, Rome doesn't have that mindset. Rome is still unbelievably talented. Rome is still a mismatch in many cases, but he just doesn't have that mindset. And Caleb continuing to force the ball to him, trying to make him a number one receiver, that's the problem. Use the number one receiver you have. That role is not too big for DJ Moore. He's been a number one receiver since high school at Maryland with the Panthers, and now here. That role is nothing foreign to DJ Moore. Actually, he relishes that role. He relishes the role because he's been successful in that role. He knows how to succeed in that role. So why don't you let DJ do his thing? Let Rome watch a true number one receiver go to work and how he handles his business, and let Rome grow into a number one receiver. But the newer generation, he wants to force it. He wants it immediately. It's that instant gratification. Well, I can make you number one receiver. No, you can't. You cannot. Sometimes things need to develop organically. And you see, it's organic that he's going back to DJ. DJ is a stud. He is my favorite Bear right now. Because my man is a winner. He's a baller. He's a dog. He has that attitude. He's not a diva for the most part, because he does have some diva-ish tendencies. Like, I'm not getting the ball, so I'm going to step off the field and sit down because I twisted my ankle. But get him the ball and let him do what he's supposed to do. Give him $111 million for a reason. And Caleb has to be reminded of that. You have this dude here. Stop trying to make something that Rome is not. Let him develop into it. I have no hate for Rome whatsoever. I want him to develop. They're doing a really great job. Hats off, Ryan Poles. I talk a lot of shit about you. Okay, but I got to give you your flowers. What you did yesterday, what happened yesterday shows that we should be a little more appreciative of what you've done. I've criticized a lot of the moves you've made, and a lot of them deserve criticism. But when you go into the game with your top three linebackers out, your number one all-pro cornerback out, one of the best nickelbacks in the NFL out, and then you lose your number two cornerback in the game in Tyreek Stevenson out, and you still find a way to win. You still find a way to win. Oh, yeah, by the way, Isaac Trapillo, who can't play left tackle, played left tackle. And held his own. Because how many times did you hear Isaac Trapillo's name yesterday? None. Maybe once or twice, max. I don't remember hearing his name. When you don't hear an offensive lineman's name, that means they had a good game. Because you heard Darnell Wright's name. Oh, TJ Watt took an outside jab, came right inside. Darnell Wright put some pressure on Caleb. You heard Darnell Wright's name. Darnell Wright's balling. But you didn't hear Isaac Trapillo's name. So I have to give Ryan Poles credit where credit's due, and it's due here. The backups came in. They held the line, so to speak. And I know it wasn't Aaron Rodgers. Who cares? It was a starting quarterback in the NFL. You held your own. Nashawn Wright, hats off to you. Beautiful interception on that first drive. Beautiful. Beautiful run fits. Coming up and stopping the run multiple occasions. Excuse me. These are all Ryan Poles acquisitions. Now, you can say Al Harris wanted him and brought him with him. Okay, it doesn't matter. Ryan Poles still decided to make that signing. So if I'm going to give Ryan Poles shit, I'm going to give him credit when credit's due, and credit is damn sure was due yesterday. And we're going to take it any other side of the break. We're going to welcome our guy, Kole Noble, from A to Z Sports. And we're going to go over this game. And I'm a little fired up about it, if you can't tell. So, folks, keep it locked right here. ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody in a work zone is someone somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Shotgun on second and short. Rudolph to throw it. Looking for a big play. Sideline. And it's intercepted.
On cue.
Shawn Wright, but he was out of bounds.
I don't know. We got one ref saying he was inbounds.
So this is going to be a discussion.
They're giving it to him. Let's see. One hand up. Both feet down to the air. Possession.
Ruling on the field.
is an interception by the defense. First down, Chicago.
I think that Steelers, they've run the fewest offensive plays per game, and they have the most plays on defense. Williams, a strike to DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of CBS. Those were the boys on the lakefront yesterday, whooping that ass, baby. Whooping that ass. I'm telling you, I love it. And listen, if you're going to force the ball to somebody, you're forced to God bless the ball to DJ. That's who you're forced to God bless the ball to. You force it to him, what does he do? He scores a touchdown. Beautiful throw by Caleb. Okay, there's where you take advantage. You take advantage of your rocket arm. There's where you put 100 miles an hour on it because the DB was all over him. It caught it right between the 2 and the 2. I know he's only got 1-2 on his jersey. I know. I'm being facetious. Man, it broke right in the middle of that 2. Okay? Great job by Caleb. All right? Rifling that ball. Great job by DJ. But that DJ is a professional. That's why I've been saying it all freaking year long. Throw him the God-blessed ball. Stop playing around. You want your 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns? Throw that man the ball. Period. End of story. Now you got me fired up. My friend of the program. He's joined us. He started this year. Coming on. Taking over from my man, Evan Winter, who's moved on up. Evan's a big man now over at A to Z. Woo-hoo! I called him and said, excuse me, your assistant, how can I help you? I'm like, oh, shit. I'm just messing with you, Evan. I'm just messing with you, dog. But my man, this guy covers the Bears for A to Z Sports. Man, I love talking with him whenever we get a chance. You can find him on Twitter at A to Z, A-T-O-Z, A to Z _Slaw. All right? This guy's welcome back, Kole Noble. Kole, good morning, Papa. How are you?
Good morning, Shawn. Another victory Monday.
Bears
Trying not to celebrate it too hard, man. We know that there's a long way to go.
Yeah, sorry.
Got to get the chain back on.
I take it off during commercial break because I run around the house and do shit. I don't need this thing hanging around while I'm going and getting stuff. It is another Bears victory Monday. And, one of the things that I'm excited about, and I kind of went on a rant this morning because by no means, in no way, shape, or form is this a perfect team. Okay? But what the hell do we have to do to get some respect? Because people said at the beginning of the year, the Bears have probably the second most difficult record, or difficult schedule to start the season. Then they go 7-3. And then people complain, well, you didn't play anybody. Well, wait a minute. You just said we were set as the second most difficult schedule to start, and now we didn't play anybody. Oh, well, you got to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, well, we hadn't played the Pittsburgh Steelers. We beat their ass. Oh, but Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing. But neither were our first 3 corners and our top 3 linebackers. When is this team going to get some God bless and respect, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, they've dodged a lot of quarterbacks. They dodged Burrow. They dodged Lamar. They dodged now Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, they haven't played like top, caliber quarterbacks, but you play who's on your schedule. And like you say, going into it, it was a tough schedule. And, I mean, the Bears have had their own fair share of injuries as well. They're down to their linebackers 7 and 8 in that game. Their cornerback, 4 and 5, starting on the outside. And they're going to get their respect on Friday, I think. This is a as prime time of a prime time game as you can get, because everyone says the Bears haven't played anybody. And now they go to the defending champs on the road, and they're hungry. They just got, the brakes, not the brakes beat off them, but, they gave up 21 points. They had a 21-point lead over that Cowboys team and ended up losing that game. I mean, they're angry. They're ready to go and, fired up and wanting to get, that number 1 seed back. So that's potentially what's at stake. I mean, the Rams got an easy game. I mean, and not every game is an easy game, but, they got the Panthers coming up in week 13. But, I mean, if the Rams lose that game, you're looking at, knocking on the door of the 1 seed for whoever wins this game between the Eagles and the Bears on Friday. So this is as big as it gets. And if you want some national respect, you do it on a national game, against the defending champs, in my opinion.
Yeah, you do. And my question is, what are people going to say when we whoop that candy ass of the Philadelphia Eagles? Then what are people going to say? Then what do you say at that point? Well, Jalen Hurts was off. Well, the defense didn't play good. It was uncharacteristic of Philly to give up that many points. It was a bad call by the series. What are people going to say? Because people continue to disrespect this team. And truth be told, I'm okay with it because I think they use it as fuel. But Jesus Christ, there's got to come a point in time where you got to say, this team's good. You can't just accidentally win all these games.
And the way they're winning, too, like, it's not the same. Yeah, they're winning close games, but, there's different guys stepping up each week. The star players are now stepping up when the star players need to step up. Depth is coming through in a big way. Like you said, hats off to Ryan Poles for bringing in that depth, because this is one of the deepest rosters the Bears have had in years. And it's showing up now, in week 11, week 12 of the season, when guys are getting banged up and guys are stepping in and still keeping the same energy, keeping the same mentality out in the field, and they're getting wins. So it's coming. Even if it's not, let them keep talking. Like you said, just use it as fuel and motivation. If they're the 1 seed and everyone says they're a fraudulent 1 seed, it doesn't matter. You're the 1 seed and you're looking at a, first round bye in the playoffs. So I think that's the mentality. They're going, trying to go 1-0 each week. They're not looking big picture. They're not looking outside. They have the right culture in this building now with this coaching staff that they're keeping things focused and keeping things the main thing every single week.
I don't know about you, Cole, but I damn sure did not have a possible number 1 seed in the NFC on my bingo card. I didn't have that shit anywhere near it, dude. And the fact that it's a possibility, not a remote possibility, a legitimate possibility, is somewhat, not somewhat, is very exciting. We're in year 1 of Ben Johnson's new system. All right, Caleb is unlearning a lot of the nonsense he learned last year. Okay, he's still struggling. His accuracy issues were front and center all day yesterday, but it didn't stop him from throwing 3 touchdowns. Imagine when he gets rid of those inaccuracy decisions, okay, or just the inaccuracies. Imagine when he realizes you have a one of the best pass rushers in on your face, and you're backed up at the goal line. He's not going to do stupid shit like that anymore. And because one of the things I said is, like, we're guys, we're dumb. We like to do shit the hard way. All right, how many times as a kid, you're like, stop playing with the fire. Stop playing with that. Don't grab it's sunny outside and you're at the park. You're like, don't grab the metal because it's cold, it's hot. Oh, don't grab the metal because it's hot. The shit's hot. I told you, don't grab the metal. You learned your lesson. You didn't grab the metal again. This is what that's literally what happened to Caleb yesterday. Throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. He didn't want to throw the ball away. He didn't respect JT Watt, and JT Watt threw him around. And dude's like 225 pounds. Caleb, he's not a small boy. And he threw him around like a rag doll and got us a touchdown. So all these things, Cole, good, bad, beautiful, ugly, average, above average, below average, all these things, Caleb into the quarterback who we anticipate is going to take us to a Super Bowl title. And the cool part about it is we get to see all of it in real time.
Right. Yeah, and I think we're still being too harsh on Caleb. Just in the sense of what Ben said, he's never seen a quarterback play a perfect game. And Caleb's not going to have a perfect game. What he had was 100 passer rating. What he had was no interceptions. And what he had was 3 touchdowns and over 200 passing yards. Yeah, there's still things to clean up. I mean, he said it himself. There's some throws he wanted back. You talked about the big mistake. It's probably the biggest, worst play Caleb Williams has made since he joined the Bears, I would say. That one was just an all-around, a nightmare play. And there's 2 coaching points. Last week, it was we got to start hitting the deep ball. He missed the deep shots early in that game against the Vikings, and we still didn't quite see that this week. So I think that's still trying to be a point going forward. And the other one is, knowing when to live and when to die on certain plays. That play, like you said, you got to throw that ball away. And yeah, he's a magician. He's Houdini. Maybe he can make a play and get out of that sack and turn a negative into a positive, but you can't do that every single time. You can ask him to do that every single time. So that's kind of the mental learning part with Caleb. And then the Ben Johnson learning part is, how do we, start getting these, completions and, start hitting these receivers where they need to be hit and working through that progression with him of, hitting spots, not hitting guys. Because, I mean, some of these were easy, like you talked about, and, Caleb talked about, they're easy completions that are surgical and, should be surgical for him. A crosser route where he's hitting Rome Odunze behind him. That shouldn't happen. You got to hit your guy in stride and let something happen there. Throws like that, I think he's got to start putting balls in spots and not putting balls at, where receivers are. I think goes a long way with, just the way this offense is tailored.
And the crazy part about it is that they discussed this. All right. Ben Johnson had mentioned it. Declan Doyle had mentioned it. They said, if you ask Caleb about ball placement, he'll probably roll his eyes because we talk about it all the time. So this is something that's being discussed, and it's something that has to improve. And but here's a great part. I don't need Caleb to be the best quarterback right now.
Yeah.
I want to see him grow. I want to see those things get worked out. I want to see him every year. I want to see him improve. So now he's got accuracy issues that he's got to work on. He's got a deep ball placement that he's got to work on. He's got getting rid of the ball in crazy situations so you don't give up a fumble and a turnover in the end zone for a touchdown. Issues he's got to work on. These are all things that are coachable and teachable. And the one thing that you can't teach is the talent that he has. So now you got to corral that talent and get him to buy in. And again, all the good stuff and the bad stuff, especially the bad stuff that's happening, is forming the buy-in for Caleb. Like I said, because it's easier for you to tell, don't grab that hot metal pole until you grab a hot metal pole and you realize, oh shit, that's hot. And again, that is forging Caleb into who we expected him to be. And I'm excited for the rest of the year because somehow I don't think we're going to see that type of play again from Caleb. And that is growth.
Yeah, and it's never going to be perfect. And what I like best about Caleb this year and the growth he's taken is when you watch him after that strip sack into a touchdown, or you watch him after some of these deep balls, he's not showing frustration like he was last year. He's trying to stay positive for his guys. He comes back out the next drive, and it's a new down. It's a new mindset. That's what he needed most last year. Like, you get in a funk, and then you can't get out of it. You can't have that happen. And it's a next play approach because you're not going to be perfect. And no shame, you can be a 5-time MVP and you're still not going to be perfect every Sunday. That's just not the way the NFL works. So, I mean, he can live with some of these mistakes. He can, realize, what went wrong on plays and work back from it, the week after and try to improve the next game. But in real time, I think what he's showing is that he can be resilient with some of these mistakes. And I think that's the biggest thing for him this year.
And I love it. I love it because now you understand. Now you get it. All right. You get it. You've seen it. You screwed up. And okay, now I can't do that again. And the one thing, if you recall, Caleb, a lot of times last year and even this year says, yeah, I'm going to make mistakes. I don't want to make the same mistake twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. So now you learned. You made your mistake. Cool. No problem. It didn't hurt us. There's an old saying. There's nothing you can't learn from losing. There's nothing losing that you can't learn from almost losing. Okay. And we've almost lost a couple times. Okay. But we didn't. So now these things, I can't wait. I'm getting more excited about Caleb because I'm seeing so much growth in him that it's exciting to have a quarterback, to have a quarterback whisperer like we have in Ben Johnson, a talented quarterback who's his prized possession in Caleb Williams, and the two growing that's what's got me excited. But what else has got me excited is this God blessed run game. Talk to me about Kyle Monangai. First, talk to me about DeAndre Swift. And did you see Eric Stephen Bieniemy chew his ass out when he went to the sideline after he fumbled?
Yeah, that fumble is so crazy to me because I get it. I'm in the belief, like, you call a turnover so you can review it. I don't want, a subjective call by the official that just looked at it with his eyes in a split second. So when a play like that happens, I agree. Like, you just call it a turnover on the field, go to review, look at it. But the problem is what happens with this situation. You don't have enough objective evidence to overturn the call on the field. So then when you call it a turnover and then you see a scrum, you see forward progress stop, you don't really see the ball coming out at any point, and then you just see the Steelers come out on top. They could have got that ball at any point. I didn't like that, being called a fumble, but in the way I view officiating, I think that they made, the right choice of calling it a turnover and reviewing it. That just sucks that, you didn't have enough evidence to overturn it at that point for what the call should have been. But it's still, Eric Bieniemy got on him, and that's exactly how he should be, because on paper that went down as a fumble for DeAndre Swift, and then after that point you see Monangai start getting a lot more involved too. So it's a little bit of some coaching accountability, regardless of the situation and what it was or wasn't. You still need that accountability from your coaching staff. So it was good to see that from Swift, and the run game as a whole. Like, that was a tough defensive front to run against. They got some good linebackers too. Peyton Wilson can run all over the field. And the defensive line is just great. Cam Hayward, Herbig and Watt on the outside. That was a tough defense to run against. And I like how they lean more into the Monangai for that one, because when it's a tough defensive front, and Swift's going to get bottled up. Like, you're not going to hit runs on the outside. They're a very horizontal defense. So I think it was a good coaching decision, switch into a more of a Monangai approach. And then, he got into the end zone, and he averaged 4 yards a carry still, and he led the team in rushing attempts, averaging 4 yards a carry. So as bad as it looks by the numbers, because it wasn't what we've seen the last couple of weeks, I think that they still did enough. And, obviously got the wins. They did enough on the run game, but I think just a bad matchup. I don't think that there's really anything notable take-wise, to take away from this. I think Swift's still going to be involved pretty heavily, next week against the Eagles. So we'll see if anything changes for that. But I'm not going to take any major takeaways out of seeing Monangai. I think that was just the game plan approach and halftime adjustments.
It's great to see this run game, but what I really love to see was Caleb on those goal lines. All right, the goal line, we're converting, we're scoring touchdown. He had the slant to DJ, not the wide open one, the slant, the first touchdown slant to DJ.
Mm-hmm.
He put it right in his body. He reared back, and that was a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, which is perfect. He did the same thing with Colson Loveland. Talk to me about him forcing into those bigger, stronger receivers down the goal line to get those TDs.
Yeah, that's kind of the issues that they've been struggling with. They're getting better the last couple of games, but there was a stretch where they were not good in the red zone, and especially when it came to capitalizing on those touchdowns. So I think they're leaning more into that now. Monangai punching that in. I hated Monangai got a 15-yard run, and then he had a 5-yard run down to inside the 5, and then they put Swift in, and he got stonewalled, and then they put Monangai back and he scores. I was sitting there watching. I was like, just keep Monangai in there. But when it comes to Caleb, he's making some good throws and some good decisions down there. And I think the play calls, they talked about, they, ran that one with DJ multiple times in practice, and they liked the look, and he had to put a laser on that. I don't know, if you watch it back, TJ Watt dropped back because he saw that one coming, and he had to rifle that one right past TJ Watt before he dropped back and maybe got a hand on it. So, that was a laser throw, and, a great touchdown for him and DJ to get. And the Colson one, that one was just, Colson's a freak. Moving like that and getting separation like that at his size, he's going to be an absolute weapon in the red zone, and they need to use that more often. That will result in more touchdowns for him, more points on the board, converting in those things. But Colson Loveland is an absolute monster in those situations.
Yeah, Ben Johnson said something to me that kind of bothered me last week when he was approached about 50-50 balls in the end zone. He said he doesn't like to throw them because he wants a better shot, a better percentage going his way than 50-50. I don't know if because they're called 50-50 balls, I don't think it means it's a 50% chance your receiver is going to get it versus their DB. When you got Aroma Dunze, who is 6'3", with a 39-inch vertical, I'm throwing that son of a bitch up. And I got Colston Loveland, who's 6'7". I'm throwing that son of a bitch up. I'm sorry if you're a linebacker and you're 6'4". Great. You're not 6'7". You're not 6'7". Throw it up. Give it to those guys and give it to a point where only they can get it. And I don't understand why he doesn't, what his apprehension is with that, because you're a master offensive mind. You can scheme that dude up by himself. You can scheme the dude all by himself. And I don't know what that issue is, because I would love to see something like that with those guys. All right, Roma Dunze, he has the athleticism. He has the freakish nature, size, speed, vertical jump. Right? He's got it. Use it. To me, that's an issue.
Yeah, and even if you don't talk about like it's a scheme thing or a preference thing with Ben Johnson, I mean, you also look at, the game last night with the Rams. And if you watch the Rams at all this season, Sean McVay is like a similar offensive guy. He likes scheming his guys open. He doesn't like making dangerous, plays with the football. But with Devontae Adams there now, you have a guy that, in my opinion, is the best 50-50 ball player in the league. And I think if not for Julio Jones, he'd be one of the best ever. Because, I mean, you get him one-on-one in the red zone or one-on-one short yardage, Devontae is going to win off the line. And you put the ball up there, Devontae is going to get it. And,
like his touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. He's had him all year. He's had I think he's now, I saw a stat that he passed Jimmy Graham for the most receiving touchdowns on the 1-yard line. I think in NFL history.
That's awesome.
Crazy. And yeah, Odunze is he's up there in separation. And like you said, he's got the size. Usually has strong hands on those kind of plays. So you would like to see, some more plays like that. But I get it from Ben's standpoint too. It's a risky play. You're throwing it up there for someone to grab and it can lead to interceptions one way or another. And it puts the ball just not in a good position of, when you can just kind of scheme a guy open kind of thing. So I got where he was coming from, talking about the 50-50 balls. But again, it's just in the red zone, it would make sense. Try to throw a shot up to Rome Odunze, like you said, or, get Colson Loveland matched up on a corner on the outside. You can kind of, get that planned out and, get a good matchup there. So could be something we see, try to plan out some different matchups and scheme some guys in those spots would make some sense. But I just don't think it would be something Ben will do. I mean, it's just his personal preference and how he calls plays.
I agree. I don't think so either. And it bothers me. It really does. Yeah. And when I say jump, some people think when I say jump ball, okay, just throw it up and have them go get it. No.
There's back shoulder things and different ways you can do it.
Back shoulder, or you want to throw it so high over the end zone. It would never come down to the end zone, but the receiver has to run, jump up. He's got a good running start. Run, jump up, and just snare it over the DB. I'd snare it. As soon as you snare it, you can turn yourself mid-body. I've played football, so I know how to do that. You get it, you just turn your body on the DB, and there's no way he's going to get it. And it's just it's I don't know.
And they talked over the summer, they worked on those high five throws in the red zone too.
Yes.
Put it up no one else can get it, only your guy kind of thing. So
yes,
yeah, we'll see if we get some more red zone pass attempts like that kind of in the works.
And truth be told, if we don't and we just run the ball in, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, Manon guys punch it in. Let Manon guy punch it in.
That'd be awesome if he leads all rookies in rushing touchdowns. That'd be dope. That'd be real dope. Let's go to the other side of the ball. I just gave Ryan Poles his kudos for the depth in his team. I got to give Dennis Allen kudos for his coaching of his team. All right. You're down to your top three. I mean, you're literally down to basically mugs just coming off the street. This is why coaching matters.
Yeah.
Okay. You had Nashawn Wright, and you had who the hell was 24? I can't even think of his name.
McLeod.
McLeod. Yes, you got guys who were dude, who the hell is this dude? They signed him last week, and his ability. I know he's been with the team off and on in the practice squad in McLeod, but you're talking about guys who are special teams. Pretty much is their thing, and only in emergencies will they get in, unfortunately, like yesterday, and they stepped up. Talk to me about Dennis Allen, but also talk to me about Al Harris and the defensive line coach and the linebackers coaches who got these guys ready to step up for our first-team guys when they were down.
Yeah, I know Ben gave out 3 game balls, and he's already given a game ball out to Dennis Allen after that Saints win, but I thought Dennis Allen deserved one yesterday. And I like the guy he gave it to was DeMarco Jackson. And that was a name you didn't mention. He hardly played any defensive snaps. He was with Dennis Allen. Yeah, he was with Dennis Allen in New Orleans, kind of like a sneaky pickup they added to the active roster earlier in the season, and he led the team with 15 tackles and was wearing the green dot. And he played 100% of the snaps after not even playing like hardly any defensive snaps all season long. And he came in and stepped up in a big way. And then Amen Ogbongbemiga, he the same way. He had 14 tackles, and he wasn't even supposed to play because no one mentioned his name. It was DeMarco Jackson and Ruben Hippolyte were the guys to watch at linebacker that were supposed to step up. And then Ruben goes down after like 12 or 14 snaps early in that game, and Amen's the one who is a core special teamer for this team the last 2 years, and he had to come in on as a defender now. In his typical linebacker role, like he's listed, and he had 14 tackles as well. Those two guys stepped up in a huge way. And then, like you said, with Al Harris, the way he's unlocked Gnashawn Wright. I mean, he said he was a guy that he wanted to bring in because he was with him in Dallas, and he has a ridiculous length. And we saw that. That interception was like a Madden play. Like that's a Madden. I saw someone say like that's a Madden play that you'll never see in the NFL. We just saw it. I mean, his length and the way that he can get up on after some balls and corral them is incredible. Even with some pass breakups, he should have like 8-9 interceptions this year with some of the ones he's dropped and some pass breakups he's had, but he still has 5, which is crazy. I mean, this guy didn't even play a defensive snap last year for the Vikings, and it wasn't even supposed to start this year for the Chicago Bears. Like Bailey was supposed to play for this Bears defense. So that's the credit to Al Harris, the way he has worked with Gnashawn Wright. And even when Jalen Johnson comes back and Kyler Gordon comes back, it's going to be a hard guy to take off the field. I mean, it's going to be between him and Tyreek Stevenson who you take off. And Stevenson left that game with the injury, so we'll see what his status is for Friday. But, I mean, I think you got to keep Gnashawn Wright out there because when Jalen Johnson's back on the field, they're going to target that other guy. And the more targets you get to Gnashawn, the more chances you get for some interceptions, the way he's been playing.
That's a good call, man. So are we also and are we hoping that Tyree Stevenson needs another week of rest? Is that what we're hoping?
I mean, I don't say it's a hope because I mean Stevenson gives up some big plays, but I think he also plays with a really good mentality that you need on defense. He's willing to stick his nose in there on tackles. He's willing to get involved in the run game, and he's a little feisty on some receivers, trying to press some guys too. And with, some improved pass rush, it's getting a little bit better for him and not giving up some big plays because he was a liability when it came to covering guys across the field and man coverage and down the field. Stevenson was giving up some big plays. So I think when Jalen Johnson comes back, you give Gnashawn more snaps than Tyreek, whether he's healthy or not, just because I think that he's not as prone to a big play and, more prone to a good play with his interceptions than Tyreek is. And I think you just kind of spruce in, a little bit of Stevenson in there just to, get some, a fire up play on defense and, in the run game, or just you need his physicality out there as well, is what I'm saying. I don't think you fully throw one guy or the other to the bench, but it'll be a nice little healthy rotation like we were seeing last year with Stevenson and Terrell Smith.
So it's really leaning more toward like
kind of situational with both guys.
It's gonna be tough making this team because of the depth, and the depth is now starting to rear its beautiful head. It's like I got 2 guys. I get this guy who you said it, Cole. Dude was not supposed to be starting for the Bears, and now he leads the NFL in interceptions. The hell's that? I mean, you talk about taking advantage of your opportunity. Because what he's doing, every single play, he's putting more and more money. I don't know if you remember the In Living Color. More money, more money, more money. Put more and more money in his pockets. Because if the Bears don't re-sign him, I guarantee some other team is going to give him the bag.
Yeah, and it's a risky thing too, just because he's never done it before. Is it a fluky year? Is it the scheme? There's a lot that's kind of going into it. So we'll see what decision the Bears make on his future. But I think he's earned, like his play this year has earned some money from somebody.
But it's not a situation, Cole. It's not a situation where the ball's tipped and he happens to get there.
Yeah,
he's breaking on the ball. He sees bad. He's diving to get. It's not fluke interceptions. Yesterday was not a fluke interception. He used his 6'3" frame, his 34-inch arm, probably 35 to 40-inch vert, jumped up and just ripped that out in front of of DK Metcalf. Like those are athletic plays. It's not as he's in the right place. He threw the ball right to him. That's not happening. He's taking these are actual takeaways as opposed to turnovers. He's taking that ball away. And those can be replicated when you play that type of ball. You can see. So do you think other people are going to want to throw the ball up to his side? No. He's 6'3" with a crazy vert and long ass arms. If he gets inside position, your receiver's done. You hope your DB can play. I hope a wide receiver can play DB and break it up because it's a pick. I'm loving this. I was not a big fan of his earlier in the year. I don't know if it was just due to his lanky frame or his inability to bring the lumber and run support. But that joker said, hold my beer. And he's been in run support. I'm not saying he's knocking people out. He gets people down or slows them down for the cavalry to get like yesterday. This guy is going to be a really good long-term addition to this team, or he's going to make a hell of a lot of money somewhere else. But I enjoy having Shawn Wright on this team as we speak.
Yeah, he's definitely been a bright spot that, like you said, he's making the most of his opportunity. And it's going to prove worth it in the long run. Like you said, either in Chicago or somewhere else, he's going to get his money for it. What I can't wait, and we didn't really mention him because he had a quiet game compared to the last, or his first two games in Chicago. But this defense, when they get Kyler Gordon and CJ Gardner-Johnson at the same time, that's when it's real scary hours. And if that's Friday against the Eagles, I can't wait to see what this defense looks like with both those guys in the field. Because Gardner-Johnson's another one. When Kyler Gordon comes back, you're not going to just take CJ Gardner-Johnson off the field. You can't. And the fact that you can have both on the field is going to be really fun to watch Dennis Allen use those two guys.
Cole, I know this sounds freaking, I was going to say a word, I would have gotten in trouble for it. But this probably sounds stupid as hell. But I see Dennis Allen just sitting there watching film, holding a cat, rolling his cat like an evil villain, going, with what he can do with these two guys.
I know.
Villains always have a cat. Why? I have no idea, but they always have a cat. And just rubbing his head like Mr. Evil.
Yeah.
They think he's coming, but he's coming. And he's coming, but he's coming. They're both coming.
And then Brisker's coming.
And then Brisker back there to blow your head off and separate his shoulder at the same time. So this is crazy. This guy made an appearance. Dr. Claw from Dr. Gadget. This guy made an appearance, and I was mad. Had a great game, and I was mad at his ass. Montez Sweat. Talk to me about him missing that third sack. Talk to me about his step up in play yesterday.
Yeah, and Ben said it's like ever since the bye week, you felt him more and more each week. And they challenged him at the beginning of the year. They're like, hey, you're not winning your one-on-ones. You're not getting consistent pressure that we need to be getting from you. And it was the same with Deo, and he went down for the year. And now it's even more on Montez. You've got to step up and be a guy. And I wrote about him this morning in the sense of the Bears are proving they have a lot of good players. And good players with the stretch they have to end the season. And if they want to be a playoff team, you can't continue to rely on good players to win games. You need a great player to win games. And I think Montez Sweat can be a great player. And he showed a 2-sack game. And he, in the second half, put that game away for the Bears with some of the plays he was making. Should have had that 3rd sack. And when I looked at the rest of the league and I saw Micah Parsons have 2 sacks to give a win to the Green Bay Packers. I saw Aiden Hutchinson get a 4th down sack on Jameis Winston to win that game in overtime for the Detroit Lions. Elite players stepped up, and it mattered most. And if the Bears want to be on the direction that they want to be in, even this year, and win these big games coming up on the schedule, they need Sweat to keep being that guy. I mean, he needs to keep proving that he can be an elite guy for that defense. And at the same time, it's going to start putting more pressure on him, which is going to open up things for Booker, which is going to open up things for Grady Jarrett on the inside. But the more he can consistently be a problem, even if he's not hitting home, defense or offenses will adjust to that. and it's going to open things up for other guys as well. But right now, what we're seeing is exactly what you want to see out of Montez Sweat.
Our old Uncle Hawk Harrelson, former White Sox color commentaries, when talking about home runs, used to say, "Don't tell me how many hit. Tell me when you hit them."
Mm-hmm.
All right, don't give me a sack in the first series of the game, and then you go dormant. And you at the end of the year, you got 16 sacks, and they're all in the first series of the game. Well, yeah, you got 16 sacks, but what fucking good did they do? All right, I needed 3rd and 8. All right, when they're driving for the game-winning touchdown, I need a sack. And Montez Sweat is starting to make those sacks when we need them. That's the important part. When we need them. And I don't consider him a dog by any stretch of the imagination. But he's starting to come through with some big plays. And the more give me your sacks in the second half every game. They'll be a hell of a lot more important than they are in the first half. They'll count the same, but they'll be a lot more important. And that's where I think, and I think that they may have gotten that. They may have expressed that to Montez Sweat. Like, listen, homie, we need you to come through. We need everybody to say, oh shit, it's 3rd and 8. We got to make sure we know where Montez Sweat is and stop him. Because you know what hell where Micah Parsons is at. You know exactly what the hell Aiden Hutchinson's at. You know where these guys are at on 3rd and a big play. He needs to start making people be aware of find out where he's at on 3rd down. Because if he does, everything you said is 100% true. A whole bunch of other people are going to have an opportunity to eat because there's going to be a lot of one-on-one coverage. If you can't beat your man one-on-one, why are you even out there? Especially in big-time 3rd downs. Yeah, so, man, I'm fired up about this defense. This is without a pass. I mean, yesterday was the first legit pass rush we've had in a while.
Right.
In a while. Do you think they can continue to take the ball away at this pace, this defense?
Yeah, I think so, just because of the guys coming back. I mean, once you get Jalen back there, you have a lock-up defender. Then you have more balls going to, like I said, a guy like Shawn, who's prone to get some takeaways, or you're chucking the ball deep, and you got a great center fielder back there and Kevin Byard who can take the ball away. This defense is about to start humming, and it's going to be so fun to watch once they get those two guys back. And I cannot stress that enough. I hope it's Friday. It seemed like they were playing the long game because it seemed like they knew Rodgers was going to be out and they can squeak by without him, and they'd rather have him back I mean, this is a big time game on Friday. And if those two guys are back and, stay healthy down the stretch, it sucks having Tremaine out for, the next at least 4 to 6 weeks he's going to be out. That's a big loss. But the linebackers we saw stepped up. And, TJ Edwards, hopefully he can come back Friday too, because he was working his way back at practice. But they're about to start humming at the right time with that defense. And Dennis Allen's really about to show what he wanted to do this whole season with those guys.
And that would be really, really crazy, because I said the absolute ceiling for this team this year, absolute ceiling, was the NFC Championship game. I said, but there have to be so many things that fell into place. And once you get to the NFC Championship game, shit, ball bets are off. You're knocking out the quarterback, all of a sudden, boom, you got a shot. You got an easier route to the Super Bowl. But I thought of staying healthy in that game, I think that would probably be the ceiling. As this team is continuing to progress, continuing to gel, continuing to play, be more comfortable playing alongside each other and the backups. It doesn't matter who's out there for Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker or quarterbacks. They're comfortable with these guys. Number 4, 5, and 6 quarterbacks. Okay. Wait till you get 1, 2, and 3 back. There's a small chance that they could go further than the NFC title game. But there's that, and I didn't want to go down that route, but it's legitimate. But there's a lot of things that have to go right in order. And I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying they have a lot of things that have to go right for them to get to that point. And one of the guys says, if Gordon plays, what do you do with CJ Gardner-Johnson? Bro, go into a dime package.
Yeah, I think they're going to see a lot more dime packages with Tremaine out.
You know what I said? You know what I said? You got to go dime. All right.
Put one of them at linebacker.
No, put Jaquan Brisker at linebacker.
Yeah.
So now we don't have. Now he's in the box. We don't lose a lot of in coverage when it comes to a tight end or a running back. Okay, you can put C.J. Gardner-Johnson at safety, where he's also been successful, and then you got Kyler Gordon still in the slot, and you got all your playmakers and heavy hitters still on the field at the same time.
Yeah, and even if you're worried about CJ in coverage, they were cross training Kyler in the summer on the outside and the safety spot. And they were, getting prepared for this kind of scenario. So, I mean, even put Kyler at safety and then move Jaquan down to linebacker and then keep CJ in the slot if you like him more in that spot than trying to move him back and, being more of a coverage guy at safety. So, they got a lot of options. And I'm telling you, it's going to be fun.
This is Dennis Allen. What his little cat, I'm telling you. He's laughing in the film room. So
I think the thing in the back of your mind still, like we were talking about at the beginning, when do they earn some respect? And yeah, it's fun to think big picture, and it's fun to think of what this season can be. But I think they still need to prove it against the Eagles and the Packers, and some of these teams coming up on the schedule. And it's great that they have these teams coming up because they're going to see how this team really looks, and then you get like a little, softball against the Browns thrown in the middle of it. Even if you drop a game or two, you can get that softball game to get back on track before that last 3-game stretch. So it's going to be big. I cannot overstate how big this Friday night game is. It's going to be a lot of fun. Prime time. Everybody's going to be watching still.
Only
full
game
bellies
on the
from Thanksgiving. Yeah,
only game on the docket, baby, on Friday.
It's going to be a big one.
So I said that it would take about 10 weeks. It would take about 10 weeks for Caleb and this offense to become efficient. Okay? Not master it. He's not mastering this shit and probably for the set year, sometime in year 3. Definitely after year 3, but sometime in his 3rd year in this system. I thought this offense could be efficient after week 10. As many of the mistakes as he made, he still had over 100 quarterback rating, 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Do you see Caleb taking a bigger step this week because of the familiarity, because now it's 11 weeks into the season, 12 weeks with the bye in this system where he's not thinking so much and he's kind of understanding the system better, obviously, than week 1. Can you see Caleb going off and really, because he hasn't had a 300-yard game yet this year, but can you see him, but he had a 3-touchdown game yesterday. Can you see him putting it all together, going for 300 plus, 3 tutties on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, you said that you were looking at, the 10-game mark. I know Colin Cowherd always says, Thanksgiving of their second season is when you find out. I mean, Ben's always been saying since the beginning of the season that they're going to be playing their best ball in December.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is the last game of November against the Eagles, and then you turn the page into December. So that's when he wants everyone playing their best. So I think that this is a big short week, but a big week of getting him, dialed in on the mistakes he made last week, which there were, like we said, a strong handful of them that he would like to have back and things he did wrong. But I think for the most part, like, we're seeing him get there. And I've been impressed with, the throws he's kind of making he's making some big time throws. He's being resilient, and now he's kind of figuring some things out in the red zone. All these things are kind of lining up at the right time for him to have a monster game. And it's always been that December schedule is when you need to start having some monster games on offense because you got to keep up with some of these big time teams. So to me, I don't know if it'll be this game, but I do think he's getting there. And by the end of the season, we'll start seeing him really be at his best when it comes to running this offense.
Man, I cannot wait for that. Cole, great stuff today, my man. As always, I appreciate it. Do me a big favor before you go. Let everyone know where they can find you and your work online.
Yep, A to Z Sports. You can just search that up on Google. Go over to the Chicago tab or look up A to Z Sports Chicago. You can also just Google my name. My article page will pop up on there. And then on Twitter or X, as some people call it, at A to Z _ slaw on there as well. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Ben talking later today. We'll see, his evaluation of Caleb's game and what he really thought about it. That'll be something cool to hear about and see what he has to say. So plenty of stuff coming up the rest of the day and rest of the week going up to Friday.
Great stuff, man. I appreciate your time. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks as always, Shawn.
Thank you. Guys, that's Kole Noble from A to Z Sports talking Bears with us. Great stuff. I'm looking forward to hearing what Coach has to say after his review and breakdown of Caleb's game yesterday. He got in the facility early, broken down tape, and I'm sure it is. Yeah, the Browns defense is pretty tough, but they're not that good. However, that could be. You're saying a trap game, Brian? I think that game could be a bigger problem, especially if Shedeur continues to play and continues to improve. I think Shedeur brings an attitude to that offense. Shedeur brings an attitude to that offense that they haven't had in a while. All right? I think Shedeur is going to do some really good things with Cleveland, and by the time we get him, it'll be, 2-3 weeks that he started? He's going to be a lot more comfortable with his players, with the first unit. So I think it's going to be that Cleveland could be a tough game. Cleveland could be a really, really tough game. Patty Lara joined in. She's great. Thanks for a great show. Thanks for a great show with you, Shawn. So I got Jeremiah watching. Good morning, mijo. Good morning, buddy. Man, I appreciate it. Maybe Monica, if she's not at work yet. Good morning. Thank you for watching as well. Brian says, I just don't want the Bears to overlook the Browns. And I agree with you, bro. I hear you. And, I think that is a we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We don't have the Browns this week. All right? They're not on our schedule. Okay? Philadelphia Eagles are on our schedule. And I can tell you one thing, the Bears are not going to overlook the Philadelphia Eagles. You are not going to overlook the defending Super Bowl champions. You're not going to overlook a team that just got embarrassed after going up 21-0 and losing to the Dallas Cowboys. You're not going to overlook that team. Okay? Yes, the Browns are a home game. Yeah, the Browns are a home game. So that'll be on the lakefront. This has gotten really, really exciting. Yeah, Soldier Field, Sunday, December 14th at high noon. So listen, I'm going to confirm some stuff this week, but we'll probably have another watch party on the 7th. That's what I'm thinking, December 7th. Yeah. 2 weeks from yesterday, December 7th. I'll let you know where it's at, where it's going to be. I'll let you know where it's going to be. Because it might be at a couple places. One might be at Branding Iron, one might be at Local Cantina, and another one might be at Output. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll definitely. I'll let you guys know when I want you guys to come out. I really, really want you guys to come out. You saw we're starting to get really good followings at these watch parties. All right, we had a big turnout at Branding Iron. Okay. I want my people to show up to Local Cantina. That's another great spot. And let me tell you something. At Local Cantina, big shout out to Andy and my guy Hirsch yesterday for the viewing party they had there. They had carnitas, birria, and tamales before the game yesterday, free of charge. And then they had hamburgers and hot dogs at halftime. Great stuff yesterday for a viewing party. So I want to make sure that we are able to try and hit a couple of different places, and I want you guys to come follow me, come hang out. Okay. Is that a question, Mashawn? So there's a show on Black Friday, SuperBack, or you're saying, is there a show on Black Friday? I haven't decided yet. I'll be in Elgin. I'll be in South Elgin that day because I'm going to my cousin's house on Friday and Thursday for Thanksgiving. We're going to spend the night. My mom and I usually spend the night over there. Excuse me. So I'll let you know, but I've done shows from there before. Okay. And then I also want to listen, guys. Listen. You know what it is? Get your swag. Please go order your stuff. Sports Zone Chicago swag. All right. If you look up in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you got that QR code. That'll take you right to sportzonechicago.com. All your stuff, all the gear you want is at sportzonechicago.com. All right. I want you to wear your stuff, wear it proud. All right. I want to start seeing some things at games. I want to see some things in the stands. All right. I want some people to start asking, man, that's dope. Where'd you get it? And tell them Sports Zone Chicago. All right. I'm going to put some stuff up. If you're a lot of you guys are following me on Instagram and Twitter and some on Facebook. Follow me, all right? And I ask you, please repost, retweet, whatever, especially when it comes to the gear. I really ask you guys to retweet it, to repost it, all right? Spread it. Spread the word about SportsZoneChicago.com, all right? All the gear. It'll just put the QR code, put the link, put the post, repost it. Just let everybody know all the cool stuff we got going at SportsZoneChicago.com. All right? Well, listen, 2 hours is coming and going. I want to thank Kole Noble for coming on, talking Bears with us. I want to thank you guys. You kept this chat lit. All right? I want to thank all the guys. Good to see you, Brian, Shorty, Junior, Patty, Shawn, Black Diamond, King Booker World, Shorty, Brandon Schutz. I'm sure I missed a couple people. I know there was a couple people that showed up and hadn't been here. Foulmouth Chris, he was in here as well. My man Junior, Rick Gonzalez, my man, big time fool Rick Gonzalez, and everybody else. If I missed you, my apologies. All right, but I got to get out of here. Again, take a picture or open up your phone to the QR code in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you directly to SportsZoneChicago.com. All right, directly. It'll take you to SportsZoneChicago.com. Get your stuff. Black Friday's coming up this weekend. You want to start getting your Christmas shopping together. Get Bears, all your Bears stuff. Get your Bears shirts. Everything. All right? Let's do it. I appreciate the support and repost anything that I have regarding SportsZoneChicago.com. All right? So for everyone, Shorty said, where did I get the victory chain? Brian says, I want the victory chain. I actually got it on Fanatics. It was on sale last year. I think it was like half off. So I only paid like $18. It came out to like $20 including shipping. So keep looking out for Fanatics. That's where I got it. That's where I got the victory chain. Brian, it's good to see you. Brian says, thank you, Shawn. I had a great time. Missed you guys. Good having you back, Brian. Good having you back. All right, so listen. Let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one. All right? Bears are doing well. Make this the perfect opportunity to meet up with your people. Go to their house. Have them come to your house. Go to a sports bar. Sports bars are packed now. Get out there. Enjoy that energy. Enjoy that vibe. Meet up with your people. Throw a few back. Sit and bullshit and laugh. Just party and bullshit and party and bullshit. Hang with your peoples. All right? It's great now that the Bears are doing well. The Bears are must-see TV. So do it because I guarantee you and your people will be grateful. But I got to get out of here. I will see you on Wednesday, and I'll let you guys know for sure on Friday if I'm going to have a show or not. If it is, it's going to be coming from my cousin's house in South Elgin in the basement. But I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know on Wednesday. So let's check it out, people. For everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a wonderful day. It's going to get a little nippy now. It's going to get colder. But we know how to prepare. We're from Chicago. The boy, the SuperBack. I am out.
Come on, race the base.